Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's gonna be a freaking cool video, and why? Because we are painting custom controllers, but not any controller. These are vintage Nintendo Entertainment System controllers, NES, and it's not for just anybody. It's gonna be for the G4 show. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so first things first, on this controller we have to completely disassemble it, and it looks like it might need a little bit of a wash as well, so let's go ahead and try to do that. Apparently someone had already taken the controller apart a long time ago, because it seemed like some of the stuff was glued on there. Like normally when they assemble these controllers, they don't apply, glue. So I think this controller was originally disassembled a long time ago, so we came back here and try to disassemble it again, and obviously we ended up stripping the screws on there and it was very difficult. Even after removing the two sections apart, it was kind of difficult to get the plastic portions off because like I said, someone had glued on there the screws on there. So what we're doing now is we're going to literally drill out the older screws, and this will allow us to separate it. So I kept trying different bits, and it was just taking longer and longer to try to drill through those screws. So I finally ended up finding one that's I think carbide, and that'll allow me to run through and drill all those screws on there. So I think there was one original that we were trying to get off, but I found out that two additional ones were stripped as well. So as you can see, I'm trying to remove the little plastic that's on there, and that's, even with the pliers, it was still difficult to get that off. So I had to drill that as well, and even then it was difficult to do so because there was glue on there. So obviously this controller has been used a lot, and it's been sitting around for a while, so it's collected a lot of grime and a lot of dirt, and who else, probably old cereal and old milk that's spilled on the controller. So we're gonna give it a good wash and try to get as much as that stuff out of there. So I'm gonna use a bowl with a little bit of Awesome, and you can find that in your dollar store possibly. So it's just a yellow liquid, and it works really good. I use it for a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna put a little bit on the bowl and just brush each individual part out and clean it real good. I thought that with a toothbrush it would be quicker, and it was quicker, but some of the grime that was on that main button, it was really stuck on there. I mean, it's like years and years of use time. So I had to take a little needle and literally go in there and scrape all that stuff off. So that took me a real long time to do, and of course all these little parts are very fragile, so I try to make sure not to break them. And I don't know what you guys watch when you guys go to sleep. Some of you may not watch YouTube, but I kind of lay in the bed or in the couch and kind of watch a couple of restoration videos. A lot of people restore like things that are rusted or old toys, and that's real cool to look at. I don't know, it just kind of calms me down. And I also watch a lot of like people that make like things with concrete. I don't know, I kind of like that stuff. So let me know what you guys watch before going to sleep. Yeah, so what we're doing now is just try to clean as much as we can. And I don't know if you guys enjoy this portion, but let me know in the comments below if you'd rather not see it. But I don't know, I liked it. So now everything is pretty much clean. I'm just gonna run and rinse everything underwater. This way we get rid of all that chemical, that awesome soap on there. This way it doesn't, you know, interact with our paint. So I'm gonna rinse it and then dry it. So here it is, all sanded and dried, ready to go. Let's take a look at the concept art. So here it is. It's all gonna be base coat, kind of like an orange, and it's gonna have a little camel feel to it. And of course, we're gonna put the G4 logo on there. And let's go ahead and wipe everything down with alcohol and get started to put that outerborn sealer and that base color. So I'm gonna do several tack or mist coats, and then I'll come back with like maybe 3 or 4 wet coats and get that covered real good with paint. To do the buttons, it's going to be difficult for me to handle them, so I glue them onto popsicle sticks, and it seems to be easier for me to paint. I pulled out my PMS book, which is used for graphic design, and I'm trying to find a similar color and translate it from like the image that I saw into something physical that I can physically look at, and then mixing my color off of that. So sometimes when you go to digital to like paint, it's kind of difficult to translate it. So I'm using that as a reference, and I have it right in front of me. This way I can kind of come back and forth and add whatever paint I need to, so to make it match. Alright, so now we're doing the white base This way the yellow really stands out. So we're gonna take that and finish spraying the base, and I'm adding a little bit of auto-borne sealer onto the yellow as well. This way it's very durable and actually sticks on there very good. For the buttons, I'm trying to keep the sides very light with paint and then just go heavy on the top portion where you're going to be pressing down. Originally the design was just going to be very simple, just a single color and the logo applied onto it, but they ended up using this digital camo look to it, so it looks pretty nice. It just took a little bit of work for me to be able to accomplish that. So right now we're working on the back, and we added a little bit of auto-borne sealer, and now we're spraying everything in black. So I want to make sure that it's nice and black, and so we're going to apply probably like 4 or 5 different layers. You know, this auto-borne sealer, I'm not really sure what it is, but I don't know, it kind of seems like it's kind of like glue. You know, you have like this Gorilla Glue. I don't know if I should try to mix different glues with acrylic paint and see what happens, see if there's any difference. Because you know, when I go to open this this primer for this auto-borne sealer, the bottle itself, it's like it's glued on there. Like it's really tight, and it's even with a lot of force, sometimes I have a hard time opening it up and have to use a screwdriver to pop up the cover. So I think it's it has some sort of like glue on, you know. This is probably why it works pretty good, and it's very strong. So I used Illustrator to create the stencil. I just broke everything down in its own color, and obviously everything's 2 size, and I'm gonna print a duplicate of those 2 because there's 2 controllers, and now I'm trying to peel everything out and get them ready to be applied. So it was kind of hard for me to figure out which one was what, and you know, so at the end I had to take the time and really figure out what was what. Alright, so now all we gotta do is just spray each individual color on top of each other, and yeah, let's go ahead and see what that process looks like. I remember when I was a little kid going with my cousin's friend to his house, and he had a Nintendo, and that was the first time I ever saw a Nintendo. So it was kind of fun and very unique experience back then. I remember like the games wouldn't launch, I guess, in the system, and then so we would everybody had their own trick of getting the game to play, you know. So we used to take the cartridge of the game, put it under our shirts, and then blow on it to try to get any dust that was on the I guess the electronics. So I don't know if you guys ever did that, or let me know what you guys did to try to get the game to start, because after we did that, it for some reason and it always worked. Or sometimes you would, when you would put it in and then push it down, sometimes you had to like push it back up and push it down, push it back up and push it down, kind of play with it and then push it all the way down, and then sometimes that would work. So I'm not really sure why like the games didn't like start right away, but let me know what you guys ended up doing just to try to get the game to start. Alright, so the majority of the colors are down and applied. I think the only thing that we have to do is apply the gray color. So right now I'm just going to go around the entire controller and double check to make sure I'm getting all the details and repairing anything I need to do. So right now I'm going to use a little bit of this oil-based paint to get some of the area that's needs a little bit of covering there. So let's go ahead and do that now. So it's coming along, we're almost to the end. All we gotta do is apply a little bit of metallic gold on the edges of both controllers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover the top, this way we don't have any paint going to the top, and then we're just going to spray the edges with metallic gold. Alright, and we're completely done. Let's take a look at what this controller looks like under very cool lighting. And yeah, let's enjoy it.
Alright, and there you guys have it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video and you like the way this particular controller came out. I had fun putting this together, and of course we worked with Johnny at Kustom Kontrollerz for the show G4. So make sure to subscribe and hit the like button and let me know what you guys think of the controller. So for now, take it easy and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.